Alright. Hi, my name is Chris Johnson from Calsoft Labs. We're talking to you from Maynard, Massachusetts. What we're going to show you today is the Flash player running on the Intel CE3100 media processor platform, also known as the Canmore. What we're going to show you here is a user interface and some applications that have been developed completely in Flash, and a user interface that we think is representative of the kinds of things we're going to be seeing on television. So at this point we're going to show you that we're running in 720p here. If the user is not active, the UI will disappear. So let's start taking a look at some of the things we can do. We hit our menu button and bring up the UI. Along the vertical axis we see collections of content, various kinds of content, photographs, videos, music clips, YouTube videos, and so on. We'll go through some of these different applications. Then within each aggregate of content, along the horizontal axis, you can see the various selections within that program channel. So for example, here we have our collections of photographs. Some of these were collected from the internet, some of them are family photos. So let's take a look at my daughter Sarah's prom pictures. So this is a very simple photo application. Again, we're running at 720p, but this content will scale to fit the screen as needed. So we have a very simple thumbnail view across the bottom and a slideshow mode. All of this is configurable through XML. So it's a very straightforward process to add a collection of photos, plug them into the user interface, and bring the collection up. So we have a couple different kinds of slideshows here, basically showing off our photo app. We also have a single image mode that will show basically one full screen image, and we have that, for example, we've got front page of the New York Times here. That gives you an example of how that can be used. Next up, I think, will be our music application. We've got, at the moment, only 3 collections in our user interface. We've got my daughter's favorite list. We have a CD from Jet and a CD from the Beatles. So let's take a look. Hopefully this won't be too loud. So we've got the artwork from the album and a simple selection list. And we can, again, navigate just with the arrow keys. And while we're enjoying our current content, we can think about what we want to do next. So let's take a look at some video. Here we have a 720p H.264 video. This is a preview for the Star Trek movie. One of the cool things that's going on here on the Canmore platform is that all of the decoding of H.264 video and AAC audio is done off-chip. So right now we're loading the CPU at about 1 to 2%. The real upshot for us with the user interface is that when we bring up the UI, things still work very smoothly and the video is not compromised at all. And you can also see some of the use we've made of alpha blending here. Our non-focused UI items are partially transparent, so you can see, still watch your content full screen as you decide what you want to do next. So this is a good quality 720p video playing through the hardware decoded support on the CE3100 platform. Some other video content, just get an idea of some of the variations we have here. Again, let's take a look at another H.264 chunk of video. This is from the 2009 NAB convention. They put together a sampler of a bunch of great looking high-def video. Now let's contrast this against the old-fashioned Flash, Sorensen, or Onto videos. So for example, we've got a commercial that we've downloaded. And this is software decoded on this platform. Canmore platform is very powerful. There's plenty of CPU power here. We're able to decode and keep up with this video pretty well. Frame rate's almost correct, but as you'll see, this is taking almost all of the CPU to do this. So my user interface now isn't quite as snappy as it was before, because we're competing for the CPU with 2 different applications here. And again, that's not happening with H.264 video, which is being decoded by hardware. Next up, let's take a look at YouTube. So what we've done here is we've gone online with our YouTube account and set up some favorites lists. And through the My Players Custom Players interface, any YouTube user can create a custom Flash-based player for their favorites list. So let's take a look at a collection of funny videos about the 2008 election. So this entire user interface just loaded from YouTube.com. Then it loaded the favorites list, started to buffer and play the video. That was all very quick. We're in the middle of the day on the East Coast, and still the internet traffic required to support this application was minimal and very snappy. There's a bunch of videos here from the website 236.com, some funny videos to watch. Now these are going to be both H.264, onto maybe Sorensen as well. At the moment, I think we're looking at an H.264 video, so again, the CPU load is minimal. And let's bring up an H.264 video. This is captured from a camcorder. This is actually a project video from our artist, Laura Murata, who did some of the UI artwork. This was from her project at BU last year. Again, this would be representative of a video that you would download from your camcorder. So the idea here is very simple. Only a few buttons, 4 directional keys, a menu key, and a selection key. Keep it very simple. A UI paradigm that's very easy to navigate. Selections are made vertically between different aggregates of content, and then within each aggregate you can slide along the horizontal axis to pick up your choice. You use the arrow keys to navigate it to the center, and you use your selection key to pick your content. So we've shown here a simple full-screen video player, a photo album application, a YouTube playback application using YouTube favorites lists, and a music player. All of this work, all these applications, and the extensible XML-based user interface, all implemented in Flash. Implementation effort required for this was about 3 to 4 weeks of work. So what we see here is Flash being used as a very viable graphics application platform on the set-top box environment provided by the powerful Intel CANMore processor. Thank you very much.